Let's now take you to the Mosaiek Church in Randburg. That's ahead of the 2025 National Senior Certificate Matric results announcement this evening. SABC News reporter Lopang Alamu is there for us and joins us live. Lopang, of course, it is a nerve-wracking time for many matriculants this afternoon. Just walk us through what we can expect today from the Minister. We understand, of course, that, this is the largest cohort of permanent matriculants, 920,000, in fact, more than that have written the matric class of 2025.
Nati, that's correct. That's almost 1 million full-time candidates who sat down to write the 2025 matric examinations. Now, at this stage, a number of them asking themselves how they fared. And we do know that those top learners were honored this morning. But let's talk about the academic engine that keeps these students going, the teachers. And we now speak to Basil Manuel, who's from NAPTOSA Teachers Union. Now, Mr. Manuel, thank you so much for your time. Can we talk about some of the challenges that were faced by teachers countrywide this year?
Of course, first of all, we have the evergreens. Overcrowded classes, too few teachers, some provinces, notably KZN, where teachers were just not being appointed. We know the problems that beset rural education. Rural education is difficult, and when infrastructure is damaged because of storms or the miscreants that creep around in our streets, all these things add to making the lives of teachers difficult. With an overcrowded class, it just adds to the pressure on teachers, whether it's mental health or whether it's just coping with the sheer load. So many things that happen in a single year.
And how do you think your teachers did, under the circumstances? And if there's anything more that the Department of Basic Education can help, especially in terms of mental health? We've seen quite a number of cases where teachers were physically assaulted in classrooms, for example.
Mental health is a big issue, primarily because it doesn't stand out, it doesn't wave a flag and say, look at me. It happens quietly. People think they are dealing with it, but they're not. So we do need more intervention strategies, more active intervention, where there's more visible options to assist. So I don't think we have thousands who can claim they coped exceedingly well. But when you look at the average teacher, they've coped well. When you look at the results that teachers are delivering, they've coped well. And when you think about how hard to teach at schools, and teachers still go to those schools, it says they're coping. But of course, underlying that is that nagging feeling that not everybody is as resilient as we think they are.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. What do you think the class of 2025 has achieved? Are they exceeding the class of 2024?
That's difficult to say. I always say, in a system as big as ours, you could never have an increase in result percentages that go to 5s and 6%. That's unrealistic. Neither can you have a drop of the same size. We're a huge system. We're at a high level, 87% last year, so one can't expect it to be 90-something%. That would be illogical. If there's an increase, it will be small. If there's a decrease, it will be minuscule, believe me, because the system is maturing, but also our assessment regime is maturing. And that says a lot for the system as a whole. So I'm holding out hopes that it will be rather a small increase than a small decrease.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manuel from NAPTOSA. We now speak to a SADTU representative, Ms. Nomusa, who also talks to us. Same questions that I have, Ms. Nomusa. Thank you so much for your time. What are some of the biggest challenges that your union has seen teachers go through?
This year, our teachers taught in a climate of austerity measures where we saw a decrease in the budget that was allocated for education. We saw teachers teaching in overcrowded classrooms and vacancies not being filled. So we commend this class, we commend our teachers for doing their best at working under those circumstances.
Same question I'm going to pose to you. How do you think the class of 2025 fared?
We are hoping for an increase but we are not hoping for a big increase. Last year, one can say it was like a miracle that last year we got an 87% increase, which was a 4% increase. So we are expecting an increase, but I cannot say that it can be 4% or 5%. But really, we cannot hope for a reduced number of passes, because our teachers as well as learners gave their best again this year. They subjected themselves to study camps. They sacrificed their weekends. They sacrificed their holidays. So we expect a good pass.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, Unathi, some of the sentiments shared by teachers' unions. Now, in just under an hour, at around 4 p.m., we're expecting that technical briefing to take place, and we'll bring you those visuals live. And at this stage, we'll also be speaking to some of the students who are really nervous to find out how they fared. Now, we do know the top achievers will be making their way to this particular venue, and we'll all be seated on stage with the minister when that announcement is made. I think as we get ready for the briefing at 4 p.m.,